Hello and good evening, everybody. You've got the BravHos here in the living room. That's right. The ladies are in the living room. Hi, Kristen.
Hello, Laura.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Oh, we've got a lot to talk about. Oh, I'm good. I've got Olympic fever, and we have a few medals of our own to give out tonight for Real Housewives of New Jersey, which we'll get into. Yeah. Our friend Marge and the funeral spray, and lots of things happening. We got a little Bachelorette, a little Real Housewives of Atlanta news. So without further ado, let's get moving.
Let's go.
All right. Hi, Kristen.
Hello, Laura.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Do you have Olympic fever like I do?
Okay, I'm sorry to admit this. I have not been watching at all.
What?
I have not been watching.
Freakazoid. I love the Olympics.
I've been reading about it.
Simone
I've been seeing
Biles.
clips.
Listen, we have our own Olympics here with Jersey. I mean, this has been the Olympian season, has it not?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. We're almost to the end. We're almost there. And, of course, this was a big episode. So before we get into that, though, we just cracked, if you heard us, and for our friends on YouTube, let me just make sure I didn't knock off my mic. No, I didn't. We have Loverboy. I've never tasted a Loverboy ever.
Me neither.
Sparkling hard tea, lemon iced tea, and this one apparently has no sugar, apparently.
Yeah, this one is hibiscus lime, kissed with pomegranate.
Cheers.
Okay.
Let's try them.
Cheers.
Cheers, big ears.
Okay.
Oh, my husband said it wasn't very good. I enjoy it.
This is good. Actually,
this
is a tad sweet, but it's probably the juice.
I wish there
the
was
pomegranate.
Sweet. This is a little. I could see.
It's kind of nice.
My husband's literally. He doesn't drink anything that doesn't have sugar in it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's still drinking,
Coke.
Mountain Dew over there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 1975. So. Yeah. I don't know. He was saying, "Oh, there's no sugar."
This is quite delightful.
I think it's pretty good.
I like it.
And mine tastes a little like an Arnold Palmer, but I get it. I mean, it should maybe have a little sugar in it, but it's better for me because I gotta stay away from the sugars. Stay away from those sugars.
This is a natural. It's very good. I like it.
All right. So let's talk about what are we going into first?
Okay, so you want to talk a little bit reality roundup, or you want to go into the Bachelorette?
Let's just talk quickly about Atlanta.
Okay.
Phaedra coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I knew it was going to happen. I'm thrilled.
All hail Queen Phaedra.
Oh,
she is my favorite by far.
She's amazing.
My favorite housewife.
She's your number one, isn't she?
She's my number one.
Oh, my God.
All that Apollo stuff, the way that she talks about her boys. I'd love to see her kids now because they were little. She called them Mr. President and and Prince or King.
Yes.
I don't know, but that was years ago when they were little. They're gotta be like 12 now and 13.
Yeah, they're our boys' age, probably.
Oh my
God.
The whole Apollo situation. They gotta be probably even older than that now.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
maybe.
And then when she was married to Apollo and the whole, that was some craziness.
And he's been in the news lately.
And donkey booty, we talk about donkey booty and stallion booty.
Well, I fell in love with her all over again from watching The Traitors.
Oh,
I mean,
exactly. I went right back.
What
in love.
can you say?
I think the whole world fell in love with Phaedra again on The Traitors.
Like hands down.
And she's an undertaker and she's a mortician. I don't know if undertaker and mortician are the same thing.
Yeah.
But no one knows how to rack in some bucks like our friend Phaedra Parks.
I know. Oh my God.
And I didn't even realize she was on Married to Medicine because she's dating a doctor.
Yeah, I think so.
Or either way.
But she's some kind of healer.
Phaedra.
She's in the medicine or the
medicine.
holistic medicine.
She's in everything. She's in every business you could be in. Phaedra's making some dough.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Yeah. With Kenya gone, because it looks like she is officially gone, right?
Yes. Well,
so I think Portia is amazing.
Did a bad thing.
Another one I love. But having Portia and Phaedra, that's
going to be great. So we are excited for. Is Candy out?
She's out. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Candy.
Yeah,
too.
she just
the Candy
that
Factory.
last season was it.
I always wanted to go work at the Candy Factory. If I'm going to leave my house, I'm going to go work at the Candy Factory. That's where I want to go.
Best. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we got that. Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
Not a lot crazy went down last night. It did have a good little ending.
It had a good ending. There were parts of it that are interesting. It was a little boring.
It was boring.
Times.
Oh no, I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
I thought it was boring. I mean, listen. It's the same baloney. They really don't. Without Devin, they're lucky Devin's on that show.
He's the best one.
Without Devin, there
question.
is no show.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah.
So one-on-one date went to Sam M.
I don't know why she did that. Yeah.
Hot. And by the way, I thought she was going to send him home because they were out on the one-on-one date and it was about jumping off.
And he wasn't like sympathizing with her.
He wasn't
she was
getting it.
To
Right.
death.
She was scared and she's like, I'm not getting it. I can't with you.
No.
Oh my God. And he was not getting it. And,
and
and then he gave her like a little pat on the back when they were going to jump, like, oh, it's okay.
Okay. And then she's like, oh, that's what I needed.
Honey, he is N-O. No bueno.
Well,
no
she herself
bueno.
said there's a strong physical attraction with them.
But that gets,
she
unfortunately,
might be
people
the
into
most
trouble.
physically attracted to him out of all of them.
I'm sure.
It is
He's
trouble.
definitely the best looking, but
ew.
I
don't even see it with
dumb
him.
as
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't buy it either. I just hope she gets that and doesn't like get all wigged out with him in the fantasy suite, like decide to sleep with him and be like, I'm in love with Sam. And then be like, wah, wah, wah. Off the show, Sam is, I don't know.
And I think he was trying to win her over by saying he was engaged and he got cheated on.
Or it was like a gut punch. Honey, you've never been gut punched by a woman. You could care less. Come on. He's like, where's my next piece of meat at?
He screams player.
He does scream player. And then what? Our friend, there was a group date.
Yeah, there was a group date.
Rugby.
That was all right. And then I think that's when Sam N did himself in because he acted like a bit of an idiot.
Oh my God. The Iranian love virgin.
Oh
my God.
Oh God.
Jen's husband. Jen's wife.
Yeah. Having that on the shirt.
Dude,
and
what are you
getting
doing?
it in his mind like I'm gonna win.
Last week was the I love
win
you.
her hand meaning. It was just
hideous.
It was no.
He was trying. I love that he was trying to be so confident. And then they get back and she was like, yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
No.
It was really
Bye-bye.
cringy because he's like, can I kiss you? And that was when she was just like,
talk
you know
about
what?
the confidence. Poof, right in the gut. But he had and he walked in with the rugby and the trophy, and then it said Jen's. Jen's. What did it say? Jen's husband. Oh,
yeah. I was. Yeah.
Honey, you haven't even kissed the guy yet.
No.
You asked to kiss, and she kicks you out of the house.
I think there was maybe
awesome.
one episode where I was slightly rooting for him, like,
No,
he might
I
have
was
a shot, and then I was like, no.
Let it be said, I was never
No.
rooting for the Iranian love virgin. But I am rooting for our boy Devin, who had a nice date.
He had a really nice date with her. I think that they really emotionally opened up to each other. It was really nice.
It was
very
cute.
similar backgrounds about having troubled relationships with their fathers, and
his mother's his mountain.
His mother's his mountain.
Her
That was very
mother's
sweet.
her.
Yes.
And I did think it was nice too the way he was like, look, I built my father up, who was never around, to be this like amazing person,
right?
And didn't realize that my mom was doing it all. And then as we get older, of course, we see, and he's like, my mother's love never wavered. Thought that was very cute.
I thought it was.
Thought it was lovely. Although the show is kind of dying. It was
tiny-
on CPR last night. I was like, come on, show.
Well, I feel it's almost like you were seeing a repeat of the prior episode.
Yeah,
it was very much similar
I don't
things
like him.
until at the very end when the ex-boyfriend
Bum.
Matthew shows
Matthew.
up. So that was out of nowhere.
Tell me if Matthew didn't have a few like Jason Priestley back in 90210 vibes.
Okay.
A teensy bit.
I see that.
But just like there was a
Yes,
little
he did.
Brandon Walsh in him. Like he looked like a good guy. He looked like a sturdy guy, an honest guy.
Yes.
And I like that Jen did clarify and say, look, he's not the guy I'm talking about. Who,
Right,
like,
that broke her heart.
Totally, whatever, excuse my language. Dick me over.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's cool. I think they're trying to inject some drama because
All right.
Okay. And he flew him.
I don't
Jesse
know.
Palmer was like, made sure to say that he flew there on his own dime.
Yep.
Halfway around the world. I was like, this poor guy just got off the plane and now he
Yeah.
has to go talk to Jen. Like, I'd be like, can I just go brush my teeth? Maybe just use a little mouthwash before I profess my undying love to Jen, who's like out, with her hair perfect, like
I know.
the jacket off the shoulder. Like, she's ready to go. Yeah, so
that
was it, and then it's a to be continued.
To be continued. I will say quick, I wrote down the picks I like. I'll just say the top three. I'm going to say Devin.
Always.
Marcus.
Yup.
And I put Spencer. I don't know. Grant
he's
is
up
like
there.
right below
he is Spencer, up there.
But I think it's Devin, Marcus, and Spencer.
I don't think Grant's going to make it. I don't think and the other guy
I love
Grant.
Dylan. I love him.
I love him too, but Dylan's my boy.
He was a little in the background.
He was in the background this show, but
this time.
Dylan he's
great too.
My boy. Dylan and Spencer they're gonna get hometowns, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely Marcus. And she gave him the rose again. I feel like when she's around Marcus, she's talking to her boyfriend.
Yeah, I
feel like she's talking to her.
She seems the most comfortable with him.
Totally.
Yeah.
And
and of course Devin.
And the guy with the nose guy, he got much cuter to me last night.
He was
all
great.
of a sudden, I'm like, nose guy, butt guy from the first episode. Is it Jonathan?
Jonathan.
He's getting much cuter to me. He's growing on me. He's growing on me
too.
But I don't know that he's going to make it much further down the line.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it to the end. But
so yeah, Bachelorette didn't really give us all that much to break down.
Well, it looks like this ex-boyfriend is joining into the fold because they showed that in the preview, and I'm kind of like, is that
I don't
really
think that's
gonna?
Fair. I don't think that's fair. Personally, these guys. Let me tell you,
No.
I'd be pissed if I was one of the. I really would be.
Definitely.
Like they're putting all this in, and then this guy who really knows her well. So all of a sudden now. What she's going to be doing, and this is what I would be doing.
Yeah.
I would be comparing him because she knows him the best, right?
Yeah.
Well, this guy doesn't do what he does. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Jonathan doesn't have what Matt has.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She knows him the
Because
best.
she knows him so well.
Right.
And he knows her.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's kind of hard. And
Yeah.
then I kind of like when she was like, wait, why didn't you tell me this all the other times? And he's like, I think I did. I just didn't do it on this grand of a scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
We shall see.
I don't know. I think Jen wants something new because honestly, if she really would have wanted that guy, don't you think she would have had him?
Yeah, I think so. So that's another thing. I think that honestly, if I'm going to take a guess on who she's going to choose at the end, it's going to be Devin. That's my guess.
I don't think she's choosing Devin at the end.
Okay.
I just don't see it. I don't see it
Could be
long
Marcus.
term. And I want to know what kind of freight company he owns. I want to know like what kind of freight he's hauling.
What's up with that?
I'd like to know. Just inquiring minds want to know, not for any other reason. I just want to know.
Yes.
Daddy, I want it and I want it now. All right.
Okay.
So where are we heading?
You want to go to Jersey?
Let's head to Jersey.
Let's go right in.
My goodness gracious.
Well, it opens up, and I have to point this out because I was like, did I just hear that? So Valentina, Danielle's adorable little daughter.
She is adorable.
She uses the word boner.
Boner.
I was like, did she just say that? What is she, 7?
I don't even. Does she even know what a boner is?
Well,
she
apparently
kind of did
because she said
pointed.
you two have boners connected. She said it to Dominic and her dad.
And Nate was like, no, we don't.
Okay, wow. So
but
where's she
She
hearing
did
that?
point to the Pisha deal. She did point to the Pisha deal. So I'm a little worried about that. But
must
again,
be a very open house.
Yeah, good for them. She should know the correct
It
word.
was funny. I was just like,
it was
did I hear
funny,
that?
but it is a little shocking at the
little
same
bit.
time. She's older than her age, little Valentina.
Just a bit.
But, God bless. If they want to talk about boners, let them talk about boners.
Yes.
And then Rachel, little Giuliana.
That was really sweet.
That was sweet.
She
She's
made
doing
her
good.
milestone. She stood up on her own.
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so happy for her. Those little girls are absolutely
they're adorable. They're adorable.
I mean, they really are. So, and, it's like the parents, she said the word blue. I mean, everything was,
it was
very
cute.
sweet.
She got up on her own.
Yeah, you got emotional. I think Rachel got a little emotional or
it
confessional
was
about
sweet.
it. Of
It
course.
was sweet. It's nice to see her doing well.
It was.
And then, of course, Jen and Bill are talking. They're doing their round robin.
Oh, the round robin.
And then she talks about milking the prostate.
And he gets red.
Of course
He's so
he gets
embarrassed.
red.
Of course
she's
does.
embarrassing. I would
Yeah.
die if listen, I don't get embarrassed, but
No.
oh my God, I was embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
And he was like, Bill Aydin, very embarrassed. He covered his ears, literally. I would cover my ears too.
They showed a bit of Bill in this episode, and I always like seeing Bill. I don't
like
know why.
seeing Bill too.
He's entertaining to me.
And his hair is coming very far down, but curled up. I'm like, what's going on with that hair? I just want to kind of go over there and just whack it off with like a knife. Just hack the back. I don't know, Bill Aydin.
But he was, he was actually talking about the guys' night out. He got invited to both Joe's and Louie's, and he chose Louie's, it looks like.
God.
Well, he does, because we see that in the episode.
What a weird, creepy-ass dude Louie is. What a strange bird.
I was like, "Are we watching this?"
Transcend.
Oh my God.
Transcend. He's got he's always trying to make a statement with his t-shirts, right? He's always trying to make it. We'll get to that.
We'll get to it. Interesting.
Dolo.
Okay, so Dolo calls Fessler. Okay, did you notice this? Because I wrote this down on Dolo's phone.
Oh, you said this, yeah. But go ahead.
It said Jen, Siggy's friend. So Siggy was on
Siggy Flicker,
ago,
who I love Siggy.
Yeah.
I thought Siggy was great.
She's good.
She got a bad rap on the show.
She's very spunky.
Oh, I love Siggy. Siggy Flicker. She showed up. She showed up with the facelift. Remember, she had just had a facelift.
Yeah.
Love you, Siggy Flicker. She was great.
Love her. Very funny.
So I guess
she was friends with her.
I didn't
That's how
realize.
They met. Okay, that was just interesting. I saw that. I said, oh, okay.
You know what's funny? I put people in my phone like that just so I remember who's who.
Yeah.
And now I know people.
She probably knows like 30 Jens.
Right.
So she's
exactly.
like, I do that. Like I'll put,
I'll put like people's
Sue
dogs'
neighbor
names.
or their names.
Me too. Their kids' names. It'll say like,
so-and-so's mom.
Jen, neighbor, kids,
Yes.
blah, 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 dog spot.
I do it all the time.
So I don't forget.
Oh my God. And sometimes it'll be like 4 years later and I'll look and I'll go, oh my God, this person.
Because as of a certain age, you start to forget stuff.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, they were just trying to talk about the retreat. The retreat that's never going to happen at this point.
And I love how Dolo called it, hopefully a Gumbaya, not a Kumbaya.
Wait a minute. We need to back up. Because she was like, because Dolo was like, she was telling Fessler when she was like, look, there's going to be a fire pit, right? And if we don't throw each other into the fire pit by the end of the night, who knows?
Yeah.
But I thought it was great when she's like, well, we're not going to all run out of there, just like you just said, in a Gumbaya. But wait a second. I don't know that Dolo knew she was making up a new word.
No, I think she just said it naturally.
Like Gumbaya. Yeah, like instead of Kumbaya, came out with Gumbaya. Oh, my God. She made up a new word.
But it was perfect.
Gumbaya, my lord, Gumbaya. That's the Italian word for peace. Hey. Gumbaya. Oh my God, Dolo, beautiful.
So it looks like by accident she came up with
a classic.
A classic.
Gumbaya should now be, as far as I'm concerned, in the dictionary.
Absolutely.
With Dolo's face right there.
Oh, yeah.
We're all not going to come out like Gumbaya or anything. I was like, oh, my God, I love you, Dolores.
Yes. But it does look like she is full on for this retreat, so we'll see.
Well, as we know.
We know what
the
happens
retreat's
there.
not going to happen, which, of course,
Divine
we'll talk about.
Gets involved.
So Marge and Fessler meet for lunch. And,
Yeah.
I found this fascinating that Fessler, as thin as she is now, ordered what? A cheeseburger
and a milkshake.
And a milkshake?
Yeah.
And a milkshake.
Yeah.
I'm
like
impressed.
The two things
I'm impressed.
that, everybody wants to get when they're
I'm impressed.
at the diner, right?
If she's that thin and ordering that kind of lunch, she is my
and a
my
big old
spirit
side
animal.
of fries.
And I only wish that I could do that.
And I wanted to mention this diner was called the Jackson Hole Diner. Dan, my husband Dan. He's been there.
He has been?
He knows it. Yeah, I think he said it's in Englewood, New Jersey.
Ooh, in Englewood, it sounds like it would be lovely. It looked good.
I said, is it a good one? He goes, it's all right. He's picky, though.
Marge had to have her omelet. Can't eat a cold omelet. Can't eat a cold omelet. I have a coffee and a water. Coffee and water. All right?
Yes.
All right?
But right away, it looks like Fessler goes right into it about the attorney. And
her lawyer has
having people at her house.
Yeah, Fessler says, well, her lawyer has court findings pertaining to you, Marge.
Right. Yeah.
And Marge was like, what? He's as low as it can be. James Leonard office is by the meth clinic.
Atlantic City.
Mine is on Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
This man's near a meth clinic in Atlantic City. Okay? I was like, all right,
so
he's
she does the gutter bowl. According to Marge, it sounds like the gutter bowl lawyer is with Tree, and her lawyer is on Madison Avenue.
I mean, of course, your lawyer's on Madison Avenue. However, I do agree.
Yeah.
James Leonard, since he's been on that show, since he was the one that was always speaking on Teresa's behalf when she went to prison, when Joe went to prison. But I'm like, who is this lawyer?
I know.
That would sit down on a reality show.
Yeah.
just okay. It just
Yeah.
gives off Sketchola vibes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, we'll get to the ends because
I know.
the whole episode is building to the
episode-
funeral.
The whole
spray.
season
Her-
has been building
to
up to
this.
this moment about
Exactly.
this big reveal from Trace.
So we're working up to it. We're working up to the end.
We're working our way up.
So Marge
But-
then what? Calls Dolo.
Oh, she's having a heart attack.
She's
Now,
like, why are
here's
you
the
going
thing
to
I'm
this
gonna
event?
say, though.
Why are you going?
She's gonna if she's so upset and triggered, but if she didn't do anything wrong, why would she be so triggered, right? So it's suspicious to me.
Well, Marge is always like, I don't care. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what they're saying.
But she
no,
does
but you
care.
do care, Marge.
She cares
You do
so
care.
much.
And she was like, talk about, she's very upset. And Dolo's like, look, I want to hear her out.
Yeah.
There's nothing she's going to say to me that I won't, whatever. And she was obviously very upset.
Yeah,
she
she
was
was
like, I got to go.
she
I'm
was
going to talk to
disgusted.
you later. I'm going to talk to you later.
Oh, I'm so
Marge
disgusted.
didn't want to say it, but she was saying it.
Yeah.
Then she's like, now I'm calling Danielle.
Okay. And Danielle was kind of chill on the phone.
Yeah, Danielle was
like, I don't know what it's about.
I'm not sure. And she was like, are you going to Teresa's bashing of me?
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, I can't have a cold omelet. I can't have a cold omelet. I gotta go.
She's all
She's
flustered.
just so pissed that she doesn't really want to be that much of a jackass. So she's kind of being a dick, but she's not. Like,
Right.
I gotta go because my omelet's here and it's more important than you.
And I love how she goes, it's not my fault that he's upset with his ex-fiance, you loser.
Oh yeah, loser.
You loser.
And
Fess gets so flustered herself, she immediately texts Tree and is like, I'm not going.
and then
I'm sorry.
but see, this
Like,
is
I hope
where,
she understands I'm not going.
Well, Marge was even pissed at Fessler because she was like, I'm sorry, Teresa, I'm not coming. I hope you
Yeah.
understand. She was like, why are you being a puss?
Yeah.
Don't be a puss. Who cares if she understands? Who cares? And then she was like, well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marge wanted to be like, Jen, grow a pair.
Yeah.
She really wanted to hand it to her probably.
Oh, yeah.
Even though she was kind of doing, Marge's bidding by not going.
Yeah. So it looks like in the beginning of the season, Fessler was sort of going over towards Tree, right? Like, I think we're going to be friends.
It's
but
hard
it looks
to-
like she's moving back.
It's
over
hard to toe the
Marge.
line. It's
It
hard to
is.
play the middle. And by
It
the
is
way,
very hard.
I
Even
think-
Dolo gets herself in a little bit of a
but that's
jam
now
with
become
that.
her thing. Do you know what I
I
mean?
know.
Dolo's thing. Like now Dolores is like, look,
Yeah.
I'm the middle. Even if she's not the middle,
Yeah.
she's playing the middle.
Yeah.
And you know what? We love Dolores. I love Dolores. I just must say though, there's way too much Botox and filler going on. Oh boy! Like I noticed it on this episode. I was like,
yeah, a bit.
whoa, girl, you got to hold off. Like, don't do any more.
Yeah, yeah.
You're good.
She looks
don't,
great.
Don't mess around with
No.
the face. No more.
Leave the face, babe.
All right. So now
So we got Joe's guys' night. Now
the
I have to
porterhouse
say,
party.
That looked like a party.
Well,
Did it
that
not?
is a
I mean,
proper guys'
the
night.
steaks, it was proper. It was perfect.
First of all, I love the
What a party.
Wait, I love that the
or I
porterhouse
should say
party.
a guys' night. What a guys'
I
night.
love the porterhouse party. The whole my new motto in life is now the porterhouse party motto, which is the meat made me do it. Did you see it? Did you see that? The meat made me do it.
I love
That's
it.
what I'm gonna say for everything. The meat made me do it. The meat made me do it. That was the porterhouse party. I only saw it in one little scene, but I was like, damn.
Damn.
So that's what a guy's night. Louie. Oh, Louie's
Oh,
pathetic
it was
guy's
just
night.
so.
Oh, Bill. I think
It
Bill
didn't
Aydin,
work out. Look, I'm just saying.
First of all, his father with, listen, dirt rises to the top. No,
Dirt rises to the
cream. Cream rises to the top, Louie's dad. Not dirt.
But
Dirt doesn't do anything but sit on the, it's dirt.
The dirt always
The
rises
cream
to the top. I guess
rises,
he
my
made
love.
that. Did he make that up? I've never heard that.
Well, the
saying
cream
before.
rises to the
cream
top.
rises, I've heard.
Yeah,
not
but there's
the
no dirt rises to the dirt doesn't rise to the top. So they have
Okay.
Louie's like father who, I don't know, what is
Yeah.
he, all of maybe 85, 90?
Yeah.
Then his son Louie, who doesn't seem to talk. Then Polly shows up in a shawl-collared white sweater, for fuck's sake. He looks
Yes.
freaking awesome in the sweater, but God damn it, he shows up. What the hell am I walking into? Poor Paulie was probably like, what in God's name? And then
Well,
Bill
I
Aydin.
think Paulie was asked to go to Joe's too, and he decided to go to Louie's. He was probably
Do you
thinking,
know why he's at Louie's?
Why didn't I go to Joe's?
Why do you think he's at Louie's? Because Dolores was like, you got to go there.
You gotta-
'cause
yeah.
Somebody's got to film with Louie.
Yeah.
And since I'm Switzerland, you're Switzerland, so get over there.
And you
then, of
know
course,
that
Bill
Jen A
Aydin.
said the same thing.
I think Bill Aydin is Does he do a lot of pot? Because I think he's just like, hey,
he's way too chill.
Hey,
he's doing
like,
some kind of.
I think Bill was like, damn, I wish I was at Joe's.
Yeah, I know.
Get me out of here. And he was like, here, I got some nice guacamole. We got some steak in Joe's house. He's like, look at this meat. The meat made me do it.
They had the meat. They had the lobster. They had the bone marrow shots. I mean, they had it all.
They were doing shots at a bone.
At a bone.
I mean, that is a man party.
There is so many unique ways that Joe Gorga seems to figure out how to do shots. I got to give him
Joe is
credit.
a pusher. Joe is going to get you bombed no matter what.
No matter what. And it's
even Fessler walks in, he's like, Fessler, and he's like, Cran and Tito's. It's like, you're not going over there and you're not going to be drinking.
Oh, and my favorite is that Frank Catania game.
You haven't seen your backyard.
Seen him
it's
this
the first
season.
I've ever seen your backyard. You never invite me over. I haven't seen your backyard.
I love
Get
him.
out of here.
I love him.
That is such an Italian thing.
He
like
is
just a guy thing. I'm never
quintessential.
invited over your house. It's the first time seeing your backyard. How come I'm not seeing your backyard? You never invite me over.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, and then, of course, our boy John Fuda.
Okay, comes in the pajamas to make fun of Louie, who said he used to wear Teresa's parents' or father's pajamas.
Excuse me, Louis said at last season at the Gorga's house, he's like, just so you know, he's like, I wear your father's pajamas. They feel really secure when I'm wearing. It makes them feel comfortable. I wear your father's pajamas. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I think even they showed Joe was just looking at him like with his eyes like.
Joe's like, why? What? Huh? You gonna put on my mother's bathrobe next? Call yourself Norman Bates? Like, what is going on?
Okay,
so at Gorga's, also, I thought it was funny. Obviously, not funny, but he gets he does the bone marrow. He must have been allergic
they're
to
doing
something
the bone marrow
marrow
shot. It must have been something with the combination of that and the alcohol. It just gave him a reaction.
And of course, I love that Joe Benigno is like the man. He's like the man. And he's like, this is anaphylactic. And they were like, what? Ana for what?
Oh, it was so funny. Melissa came over. She's like, what's anaphylactic?
How do you not know what anaphylaxis is? You've had 3 kids. You've never had them be or know what anaphylaxis. I mean, it's going to affect your breathing. But he's like, sit down. You got
nobody was reacting except Joe B.
But somebody had to because he died. God forbid, something happened to him. Somebody would have been like, what's wrong with you?
Well, his face looked like it was melting. I felt terrible
Joe,
for
he's
him.
like,
His
get me
eyes were all
some
red.
Vicks over here. Get me some Vicks. Italians believe in Vicks. Yeah, Italians believe in Vicks, but not when your throat is closing.
No, not when your throat is closing
and
up and you
Gorga
can't
with
breathe.
the ice. Gorga with the ice gets come here. Look, he's better already over there. Yeah, I'm fine. And then all these people are in the bathroom, and Joe Gorga's taking a piss.
Yeah, I know.
Classy, Joe.
That was great.
Joe,
that was.
What is wrong with you? There's like
Perfect.
7,000. The man has no shame.
Yeah,
Tarzan.
no shame.
He whips Tarzan out in peace. Unbelievable.
But the paramedics come. They're giving him oxygen. He's like, get this off of me. Wants nothing to do with it.
And Joe's like, get the steaks. We're going to feed these guys.
And they ate. They showed them eating. That was great.
Which is nice. But I will say this. When they're showing the dichotomy of Polly and poor Bill,
it was
poor
so
Bill
cringy.
Aydin doing a devotional to their women and
in that sound
Louie
studio.
Louie looking right into the camera like, Tree, I love you.
I know.
You're my everything. You're the greatest wife. You're the sweetest. You're my sweetheart. I'm like, what is wrong with this man?
But what was the purpose of this?
I mean,
really?
just so everybody could be like, oh, Joe.
Louie's so
sorry, not Joe. Oh, Louie, you're
sweet.
So sweet.
It's
kind.
just weird and strange. And I think Bill and Paulie were like,
Bill Aydin was like, Jenny, my love.
Jenny,
and probably like, kill me now.
It sounded like he was trying to sing. I mean, he was just so uncomfortable.
So bad. I feel
Paulie's like, Dolores,
Dolores,
I got your back. And
he's
I know
like,
you
thanks for having my back, Dolores. I'll always have yours. Looking forward to seeing you when you get home. Sending love.
Perfect.
I love you. But Paulie was probably like, what the fuck am I doing here? Get me out of here. I've got my shawl collar on. What the fuck is going on? Get me out. I need to go do a shot from bone marrow. Shit steak. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Weird ass.
It was
and that's his
strange.
man cave.
Okay, that was his man cave. I'm thinking that must be where maybe Tree does her podcast. She probably films it in there.
Perhaps. But then, I don't know. But that was some bad news.
Oh, and I have to go back to John Fuda for a second.
Please go back.
When the paramedics said, I'm sorry to say, oh, your lips are all like swollen. And he's like, no, these are our lips.
No, the lips are always like that. The lips are fine. It's the teeth.
We always talk about the teeth and the mouth.
The teeth are trying again to escape the lip area.
Yeah, the teeth are trying to get out.
They're trying to get out. They're like, let me out, please. Oh, poor. But Fuda was okay. But I will say,
no, I felt bad for him. I did.
No, he was good.
Yeah.
He was good. And then I just thought it was interesting at some point in there. Joey Gorga was like, I knew this guy 2 months and he already screwed me. 2 months and he screwed me. Come on. And then man to man, Frank Catania, you're gonna hang out with a scumbag.
Okay, he goes.
He's like,
scumbags hang out with effing scumbags.
Yeah, I'm always gonna say scumbags hang out with scumbags.
Yeah,
but he is right.
Yeah, I know.
But Joe, I don't know. There's been so much mud slung.
Oh yeah.
At this point that after a while, everybody's covered in mud. You don't know who's the scumbag anymore.
I know,
true.
like who's.
It really is. When you're slinging all that mud, everyone's covered.
Yeah, exactly.
So when Joe says that, I'm always like, and trust me, I like the Gorgas, but we all know. And I'm not saying Joe's a scumbag. I'm just saying like he ain't innocent in the whole thing.
No, he's not.
As much as I like Gorga.
Look, what I always go back to with Louie is that the daughters seem to love him. He does have, the house husbands, at least Bill and Paulie, and I think Frank
they have
Catania
no choice,
too,
though.
They like him.
They have no choice. Dolo is never going to let Paulie not like him. And by the way, Jen Aydin's going to be like, you get your butt over to Louie's house. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They are listening to the women on this.
Yeah,
Do you think Paulie's going to be like, I want to go to a thoughtful devotional? Oh, it was very thoughtful of him. She's like, it's thoughtful, huh? Okay.
Very thoughtful.
All right. Dolo's like, okay. As she's telling him that, she comes down and tells him that.
Oh, my God.
After the house went down.
Well, that was actually when she was telling him, okay, so if we're at Dolo and Paulie's house and the house burned to the ground, some kind of an electrical fire.
Unreal.
It's a sign. That's
it
what
is
Paulie
a
said.
sign.
It's a sign. And,
it's like, you were fucking lucky.
You guys are lucky.
You were fucking lucky. Shit. I mean, it doesn't say fucking, but I like it. I feel like he would say fucking if he wasn't on television.
But what was
Dolores,
funny
you're fucking lucky.
I loved it. I loved it when she's talking about how she's hot all the time, and he's like, "I'm gonna throw the thermostat."
I'm gonna throw a key on the thermostat. She's like, "Throw a key on the thermostat, huh?"
Yeah, she was like imitating him. It was great.
All right, Paul.
Yeah.
All right, Paul. She's like, I gotta take a nap. Yeah. So she tells him that the house burnt to the studs, a 5-alarm fire.
A sign, a definite sign.
If there ever was a sign,
oh yeah,
that's a sign.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine if they were in there? I mean, could you imagine if it went out like that?
Here's what I'm thinking. That might have been what rails turned into. Like, they may not have gone to rails had they been at the retreat. The retreat might have been the final episode,
I think if they were at the retreat,
right?
I think there would have been more fighting. I think there would have been more physicality.
Oh, yeah, and they would have been stuck in the Berkshires.
I think Tree would have been on the bottom of some pile. And it would have been Jen Aydin trying to defend her and Danielle in there. And there would have been Jackie being like, oh, my God, please don't. You know what I mean? Like, it would. And Dolo like, let's just all still be cordial, shall we?
Yes.
But I think it would have been bad. And I think they did get lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for the people's house burnt out.
Oh, my God.
And, they didn't ask the question, which I really wanted to know. Was there anyone in it?
Yeah,
I hope there was no one in it. Obviously, we would have known.
It was an Airbnb, obviously,
but who knows? It was booked out.
Oh my God!
And she was like, "I looked forever for this Airbnb. It had 2 separate bedrooms.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't that perfect because it burnt to the ground. Burnt.
So we get to the final part where James Leonard arrives at.
All right, first, wait.
We got to talk about this guy for a minute. Yeah.
Let's talk about his hair first off.
Thank you. Was there tar in his hair? I could barely listen to him because all I kept doing was staring at his hair.
I don't even know what the hair was. I don't know if it was a piece that he slicked back. Was it a piece that was slicked? It just looked like this. It looked like a hamburger on his head that was smushed. And then he just decided to put a comb through it. And meanwhile, he used to have some hair. I wonder if I don't. It was puffy like 4 seasons ago.
Yes,
when
it was.
It was like a puff,
right?
And then he comes over like in his half zip with his leather jacket.
Okay.
Because that means he's casual lawyer.
Yeah.
Because in the other scenes,
he does look like an Atlantic City lawyer a little bit, right?
He does look like a lawyer that might be down the street from a meth clinic. Perhaps. I don't know if Marge is really telling the truth on that, but either way, it would not be a shock to anyone, I don't think.
No.
But listen, the guy, I guess, is doing a solid for Tree.
Yeah.
Because he is a lawyer, but
Well, in this, it seems like there's, like Jackie was saying, there might be gag orders here and all of that.
Well, she was saying it's confusing, which
so it's
is
confusing.
agreed.
And if you've got things like that going on, you don't want to say something you're not supposed to say. So have the lawyer say it.
Correct.
Right?
But I'm not even sure that this guy would even know.
Well, she gets slip in the language.
She gets tongue-tied.
She gets
tongue-tied a lot, and she want.
And first of all, poor Tree. Mm-hmm. I wish I could get some of that. I wish I have the same nerves, but my nerves do not burn calories off me like Tree's do.
Oh, God.
And she did look so cute.
She looked very
She did look very cute in that little ensemble.
She did.
What was that little ensemble? Was that like who was the designer on that? Like, I couldn't quite put it together. I didn't have my glasses on, but I was like, what's going on with that outfit? I couldn't pinpoint it what it was.
Yeah, she looked
But she looked super cute.
She did.
So I just wanted to say
And Jen said she's withering away.
She is.
She did. She does. Like, she looks very thin. Yeah.
But I want to say, and this is a total aside. This has nothing to do, but I love the front doors on that house. I love
my God.
that house.
Yes.
Do you know that house is supposed to be like? There's a famous. I don't know if anybody knows this, but there's a famous artist out there. His name is Thomas Kincaid. And when you look at his paintings, they're supposed to. And you have the lights dim. It looks like they're glowing, and the lights are on. So that particular house, I read this. Okay. That particular house is a takeoff on a Thomas Kincaid painting, and it's supposed to look like one.
Wow.
When you're looking at it. I mean, it's just a beautiful home.
It looks almost like a castle.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. But I love that kind of heavy leaded glass. It reminded me of, oh my God, I'm going to go way too far back but it reminded me of the Magic Garden. Remember the story back? Oh, that's a so long ago reference.
Yes.
That's for the Gen Xers out there.
Yes.
Anyhow, James Leonard.
Yeah.
Okay, he shows.
So he shows Danielle. She's like, take out the popcorn. I'm ready to hear what this is.
She was like, take out the popcorn.
And Jackie and Dolo arrived.
And I feel like Jen Aydin was talking for Tree, like, Trey, I'm glad he's here because you're spinning, and I feel like he doesn't know. Yeah. She doesn't know about what's going on. And then, of course, Leonard has to say, listen, I went with Teresa at 3 a.m. to prison. I haven't seen her as stressed as she's been in the last 3 months. So I don't understand why she's more stressed over this if it's since she met Louie.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be more there.
There might be. I mean, why would she be so stressed about this? The only thing I was going back to is that, is it just because she has PTSD from all the court and jail that she had in her
when
past,
she met
it's like
Louie,
come back into her life.
But don't you think when she met Louie, like if I was Tree and I met Louie and he was like, and then by the way, they're all saying it's more than one ex. This is one particular ex.
Okay, right.
But even Melissa said it. Yeah. On Watch What Happens Live. Yeah. After she was like, there are multiple exes that are wanting to talk to us 24/7. They're very easy to listen to if you want to listen to them.
Okay.
So meaning. It's not just this is just the court case.
Yeah.
They sound like they're getting bombarded from all ends. Like, how many exes does Lou have?
Well, speaking of exes, does he have something cordial with his ex-wife? I think he does.
I don't even know how many exes he has.
Yeah, but
how many ex-wives?
He's got his 2 children. They have to be from his ex-wife, right?
Doesn't he have more than 2? Does he have a
daughter?
know
he has the 2 boys. I think he just has the 2 boys.
Right, and the one who has autism.
Right, and the one that has autism, Nicholas, and then Louie Jr.
But I thought there was a third in there, but I guess I'm wrong.
They seem okay. So I don't know. I mean, and just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Is it that this ex, I think her name is Vanessa, is she just crazy? I mean, I know that's what Tree keeps saying. So you kind of have to look at it.
Yes.
She did say.
But he did win.
Tree did say he won, and also that this was going on before she and Louie even met. That she's got the restraining order.
That's my whole point. Don't you think when she sat down and met Louie and he's telling her all of this stuff, she could have just been like, bye.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I can't again.
I know.
And there's Teresa going
blindly into that good night.
Yeah.
Like, woof. And then defending him to the end. So sits down.
But Tree's saying, we're going to make your head spin. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So basically he just says and explains it like, Marge was subpoenaed to come into court because Marge was basically getting her information from this woman, this ex.
Yes.
And she was using it
to
take Louie and Tree down.
Right.
So she was subpoenaed to come into court to tell them about it, I guess.
She didn't, and she declined.
And she declined. I didn't think you could decline a subpoena, but I guess you can.
I guess.
I don't know. I've never been subpoenaed. Hopefully never to be subpoenaed.
Me too.
However, I thought that means you have to show up.
Right.
Well, she just said, well, Marge clearly plays by Marge's rules, because Marge was like, yeah, no, I'm not coming.
I'm not going.
And
this was back in 2021, so this is like 2-3 years ago. Okay.
I don't know. And then Teresa was like,
That's all those videos you saw in the beginning when I first started dating Louie. Those was all coming from Marge. It was all from Marge. That was the big reveal that these videos were coming from Marge.
And Marge was feeding information to the ex, and the ex was feeding information to Marge. And this is the big
This was the big thing,
but
I thought didn't we already
was there
know
anything
this?
else?
Well,
I mean,
no. And then it was like, basically... They were saying it's like the same exact thing that Tree and Jen did, because they befriended Laura, who was Marge's ex-best friend, to see what they could get on Marge. So how is what Marge did any different than what Tree and Jen did?
Because I guess, it's very similar, only this ex, it was involved with court and a possible restraining order or attempted restraining order or whatever
which
it is.
Obviously never
with
went
the
through.
Friend Laura, it wasn't involving court or lawyers, but
it was still
similar, where they're trying to dig up dirt from the friend about Marge.
I don't know. It's very tit for tat.
It is very tit for tat.
It's very tit for tat.
Yeah, it is.
But the big revelation, and then even Dolo was like, "This is not jaw dropping.
No,
we've suspected this for years."
Yeah,
Tree suspected.
Well, first of all, none of their jaws dropped. They were kind of like, "Oh, okay."
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, it's still shitty.
Yeah,
it's
of
still
course.
absolutely shitty. And even Jen was like, I stopped talking to Laura because I realized it was a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, right.
Like, you just realized that, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Jen.
Okay, right.
But you're just as shitty, but okay. But think about it. I mean, are these the kind of friends you want?
No, I mean.
And I remember very, very specifically, was it in the beginning of this season? I think it was.
Yeah.
That, or maybe it was last season. Now I'm getting it all jumbled in my head. But where Tree sat down with, Marge came to her house with Joe, and Louie was there too. And they were like, I want to put it all behind us.
Last season.
Maybe that was Tree's attempt at being like, maybe she'll stop.
Maybe she'll stop, right.
You know?
Because at that time, they couldn't talk about it, right? The reason why they can talk about this all now, Tree is saying, is because it's done and Louie won. So now they can talk about it.
Oh, right.
But they were in the middle of this for 3 years, right? And then someone was saying they spent $400,000 in lawyers' fees from this whole thing.
I mean, she was like, 400,000. I don't think so.
Okay.
But then let's talk about ding dong.
Uh-oh.
Ding dong. The doorbell rings.
I'll get it. I'll go get. Hang on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
And what's at the door?
Oh my God! So we got a funeral arrangement of
giant,
flowers.
Wait, it was I call it a funeral spray. My husband never heard of a spray.
I've heard of it.
He's like, what the heck is this funeral spray? I'm like, it's a spray. It's the way they designed it. It stands up. It's spraying out all over. He's like, a spray. Yeah, this funeral spray that says,
very theatrical.
Dear James, dear Teresa and James.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for the loss of your dignity. Love, love, love. Marge! Marge! And she was like,
forget it. Tell her to shove it up her ass.
Oh, my God.
Get it off my property.
Tell her to stick it up her ass. Get
Tell
it
her
off
to
my
shove
property.
it up her ass.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so let's talk
so
about it.
she wouldn't even accept the flowers.
Let's talk about Marge's savage move.
That was very theatrical.
Savage.
What did Danielle called it brilliant. Gangster move.
She was like, never in my whole existence of life have I ever seen anything so brilliant. I was like, Danielle, hold on to yourself or something. Like, she didn't want to be like, oh my God, that's freaking genius.
Oh my God.
Listen, that is Housewives all day.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, I think they should put a fake flower spray, the exact thing with the card.
Yeah.
Like, hang that on the wall, like the death of Jersey, and have Marge's card. You know that's going to end up in the clubhouse.
Oh, my God. It has to.
No.
That card has to end up in the clubhouse.
What do you think?
You know how you're saying how this is classic Housewives? this is the stuff we wanted to see the whole season.
Exactly.
You know, they're waiting till the very. I mean,
Listen.
we've been in a bit of a sleeper here.
Well,
this whole season, seeing Tree get mad with Dolo and the flowers and the card and that whole moment.
What do you mean by sleeper? You mean like boring?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
I
sometimes
should say,
when I hear
or like a
sleeper, I think it
snoozer,
means
I
like
should
amazing.
say. Okay.
Like,
oh no.
No, that's okay. That's just probably what I'm thinking. Sometimes I never really know when people say it's a sleeper hit, and I'm like, wait, what?
Okay.
So okay, so you're saying like it's been weird and boring. See,
it's been like, you know what? It's been up to better. It's been dragging.
It's just been the same over and over.
Yeah.
Now,
because we're not getting a lot of the Tree drama, and I love the Tree drama. This was a Tree drama, Marge drama moment. It was great.
I think if this had come at the end of a season where it was not so toxic, where it would have just been like a moment in the middle of the season, because Jersey is so dark and so dreary. I think it actually did lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
It's scary to think that like
it was
funeral spray arrangement would lighten up the scene.
I know.
But it kind of did lighten it up a bit, and it did be like, oh my God, that's going down in housewives history. If it would have been so much more of a punch, even though it was a punch.
Yeah.
If the season wasn't so damn dark.
I know, dark.
Like just dark and punching and hitting and whose business and I hate you and illegal and
I'm ignoring and I'm not talking to her and I'm not filming with her.
But just like darkness. I think it would have been so like, whoa, even though brilliant, savage move, wonderfully savage. It reminded me of something that like if Betty Davis and Joan Crawford, was an old they had a very famous feud. There was Ryan Murphy did a whole show about it called Feud, Betty and Joan. It was great. I feel like that's something that like Joan Crawford would have come up with, like instead of writing a letter. As a matter of fact, I have a copy of the letter that I saw. It's not, I don't own a copy, but I'll post it on our Littler podcast page. It's a letter that Joan Crawford wrote to the director of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, talking about how horribly Betty Davis smelled. And I was like, oh my God, I'll post it on our page. It's hilarious. But I feel like it was in that vein.
It was.
Like, nasty,
that's a great comparison.
Like,
it was. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
She might as well have sent her, like a pig in a box. You know what I mean? Like, it just was like, oh my God, Marge. So that was a classic. I think Marge.
Really, Tree's reaction was hysterical. Tell her to stick it up her ass. I love it.
Get it off my property. The guy was laughing.
Again, this is the
Tree. The guy was laughing.
He was laughing. This is the Tree I missed. I have missed this Tree all season. I'm like, there she is. It was great.
Yeah, it was like normal Tree, like shove it up her ass. You know how she talks with that ass or whatever she talked. And then she was like, I don't know. I didn't even read it. It said something about dignity. And then James Leonard promptly got up and left.
Okay.
I was like, oh, he was probably like,
immediately.
Now I'm involved. I mean, you are a lawyer that's involved in housewives drama. Eek. I don't know if that makes his phone ring or make people run the other direction, but I'll tell you, God bless the man, but I would not go near him with a 10-foot pole.
Okay. I'm curious to see his office next to the meth clinic now. If we're ever in Atlantic City, we got to check this out.
That's what you get when your office is next to the meth clinic. Right. Allegedly.
But allegedly.
But who knows?
So they go right, and then in the final part, they just talk about how the retreat house burned down, and Jenna said this is divine intervention.
Oh my God. Excuse me.
They were like, what?
Are you kidding me? When Teresa said, this is an ohm.
This
is an ohm.
She said this is an ohm.
And Danielle's like,
I love it.
Omen. It's an omen. And she's like, right. And listen, I know Tree's into yoga.
I love it.
So,
there you go. Maybe that's where she was.
But the fact that she missed those two critical letters, the E and the N, I'll tell you, Tree is a classic.
She's the
ingredients.
This is why we love her.
Ingredients. It was a great ohm.
Okay. So it was an
Tree. So the savage of it all was Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now next week
is Rails. That's all I'm going to say. It's Rails.
I did see a clip of something. Maybe you can clear this up for me.
Yeah.
I did see a clip of something where Dolo and Fessler and Marge, I think, are sitting on a couch. Is this the watch party that Like, is that going to air and then the watch part? Like, I don't understand. Is the watch party coming after the
Was this in the previews?
I saw it online somewhere, but I don't know what I was watching.
It might be in this last episode. Maybe
I think
like debriefing about what happened at Tree's house. Maybe she's telling them about it.
But I think
I don't know.
I don't know. What I need to know is, are we watching the finale, and then the next week is this watch party?
I would think.
Or are we going to watch the finale while they watch it? That's what I need to know. If anybody knows, will you let us know?
That's a good point. It might be. I don't know.
I can't believe you don't know that. I feel ashamed.
Well, the watch
I feel
party,
like I should
the
know
watch
that.
party is definitely at
ashamed.
Rails. So
and apparently Jackie, like Marge said something to the effect, if you think my text was bad to Dolo, she's like,
yes,
Jackie Giudice Goldschneider.
Oh,
That's what she's
God.
talking about. So apparently she's coming, and then they were
I
like,
feel bad for
Jackie needs a diaper. I feel bad too because
I feel terrible for her.
That's what it says in the
That's right.
in the coming attraction.
Yeah, so that one screenshot that she sent
So
is
it
nothing compared to what she's
it sounds
going
like
to show.
Marge wants to go after our friend Jack.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we got a lot. Jersey is coming. The end of Jersey as we know it. And of course, our
One
buddy
more episode.
Andy was on, and which we kind of knew, but teased the end.
Yeah, he teased that there might be like a real reboot going on here with I think he said something like all fresh faces.
My guess is
So we'll see.
all new faces. Tree gets a spin-off.
Okay. Yeah.
And a few of them come into our orbit here and there. And
Yeah.
I think everybody else is up. Bye-bye.
It could be.
Bye-bye.
So it could be like a full New York thing.
Marge is, I would get rid of Marge.
No, I think
Marge
she's
needs to
gone.
go out on the funeral spray.
Yeah.
She will leave on a high. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other ones are just kind of going to, unfortunately, fade away.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I know. I think so too.
But
and
time will
I could clearly
tell.
see Tree getting her own show.
Why would they let the tree huggers go somewhere else?
No.
There's
are you
too
kidding?
big of an audience. She's the OG forever.
She's too huge. Yeah, there's no way.
Agreed.
She's not going away.
All right. Well, I
Okay.
think we've nailed it to the cross here.
We did.
We've taken it down.
We are almost at the finale.
We are almost
here.
at the end.
Yeah, we are almost.
All
at
right.
the
Well,
end.
buckle up, everybody, because next week's going to be a big one.
Yes, it is.
All right. So that's it. The living room is shutting down for the evening. We're going to finish up.
we're gonna
I got to
finish
say,
our
I've really
drink.
been enjoying my Lover Boy
Me
lemon
too.
iced tea.
I like that.
I think it's great.
It's great. It is very refreshing.
All right, so till next time, go drink a Lover Boy, go read Jackie's book,
Yes.
and we'll see you for
Way
Jersey.
to
Oh, we'll
Beautiful.
see you on Friday for the OC.
We will. We'll see you Friday. We will recap. the
Don't
OC.
forget to follow us on Littler Podcast, LITLR, Lays in the Living Room Podcast, and we'll see you on Friday.
We'll see you Friday.
All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.